Good evening and welcome to NYC ARTS. I'm Paula Zahn at the Tisch WNET Studios at Lincoln Center. From its beginnings over 100 years ago, American modern dance was greatly influenced by such notable women as Isadora Duncan, Ruth St. Denis, and Martha Graham, pioneers whose works are still being performed today. Their art was largely a rejection of the formal structure of ballet and its subject matter, which was, and still is, dominated by men. Tonight we look at the world of dance through the lens of three contemporary female choreographers who are now taking the lead, each one working in a very different style of movement. The choreography of Camille A. Brown is based on social dance and has been seen on Broadway and on television. But her concert dance is infused with activism and storytelling.
Well, I believe social dance is an art form. So the definition, or my definition, is basically something that happens in a community where people are social. So when I'm teaching, I usually break up the phrase social dance and I ask people, well, what does it mean to be social? Oh, it means to interact with each other. And then you put dance. So you're working, so the individuals come together and they create a community. But if you look, everyone has their own individual take on that, and that's what social dance is. It places us in a moment, it helps us express ourselves, resist in a lot of cases, and to communicate when words can't be said or words aren't enough. So when I'm working in my company and we're generating movement, it is very much, I align myself very much with what social dance is in terms of a structure and then the individual creativity. So it's not just enough for me to have a phrase and teach it to them. The phrase has to come alive based on the choices of the individual. And it's organic. And a lot of times when I'm coming in the studio, I have an idea, but I'm also letting myself be okay with not always knowing and discovering. And I think that's, for me, even though it's challenging and it's scary in my process, the unknown, there's a danger, but that's how you find your material. My work is for everyone, but it's for the Black community. And there are things that happen within the Black community that people outside of the community don't necessarily understand. And I'm okay with that. Black Girl, I had a duality kind of going on. I wanted it to be culturally specific, but I also wanted to talk about universal themes. So anyone who was not Black or not a girl could look and go, oh, I see my childhood, or okay, I had a sister, I have a mother, I can connect. I was watching one of the live musicals and going, wow, it would really be great to choreograph for that. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. I don't have that experience. And I freaked out in the beginning when I got the call. They were basically offering me the job. David Laveau, who is the director for Jesus Christ Superstar, he had a very powerful, real, raw vision. He wanted a deconstructed kind of version of taking a table apart. And one of the things I thought was, well, what if the tables and the chairs just started moving and spinning and going different ways? We were saying that it's volts of energy that have to pierce through the screen because this is different. Whereas we're in live theater, you're feeling it, you're feeling the emotion. Sometimes you're getting the sweat in your eye, you know, I mean, it's right there with you. But because it's television, we have to be aware that our presence needs to be more expansive than ever.
Great Jesus Christ.
What's next is I am trying to figure out how to balance a career in concert dance and also musical theater. I'm also interested in directing and choreographing in musical theater. So we're gonna lift that up into the space, and hopefully that comes down with some opportunities for that. For me, it's about the opportunities, definitely, but it's also about the growth. And if I'm growing, I can't ask for anything else.